Welcome to Off the Bus, episode number 9. And what a recap that we have got for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on the show. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, get your comments in because it's going to be a very interesting night. We've obviously got one of the guys playing games at the moment, which is all good to see. But guys, welcome to the show. Kaus, good evening, mate, and Nishka, good afternoon.
Good night, good evening, good afternoon. I don't know what day. I don't know what day it is.
Could be Sunday. I'll be honest.
Sunday.
What should I go? 2 or 3? What do you reckon?
2. But hurry up.
3.
All right, cool. We're going to get hello, Kaus. Good afternoon, mate. Sorry we kept you waiting. Hello, Dido, mate. Press that blue button, mate, and get subscribing. Thank you very much for jumping on. Guys, let's go through this in straight away. So tonight we have got an episode of a few things. We are talking about the prediction of Matchweek 8, the prediction results of Matchweek 8, preview Matchweek 9, predictions of Matchweek 9, and the Champions League English teams so far as they did play yesterday, and they're playing today as well. But let's go straight into the Premier League action of the week. First up, we will start with the first game of the week. We'll go through some of these quite fast. We'll spend a little bit more time on our clubs. But first of all, Nishka, Nottingham Forest and Chelsea. Pretty lackluster performance from Nottingham Forest, but a pretty easy day at the office for Chelsea.
Yeah, it was a pretty easy day for Chelsea. Forrest, I thought, held a good account of himself for the first half an hour, but then, I don't know. Chelsea just ground him into the ground, got the goals, and then from then it was once I got those 2 quick goals after half time, it was all she wrote. I think that was the end of Forest.
Yes, and I'm just going to put this question in now straight away for you, Kaus. There you go. Fire that in. Thoughts on Ange being sacked after the game?
Before I get into that, boys, we're matching. How do we manage that? We didn't even put a jersey on. How are we matching?
We're all in black.
Elite.
How has that happened?
Elite.
Even though mine's the best T-shirt though.
Sure.
No, you had to do something about that head.
Oh, that's criminal. That's criminal. That's unbelievable.
Oh, I had to get a little one in there for Dino while he's watching. He'll be loving that one.
Absolute wanker. Wake up.
Oh, wait. I'm getting him in early before we get to the Liverpool game.
Look at him getting his biceps out there.
Hey.
Yeah, mate.
You might see some of this, you know what I mean? Because Blue ain't going to do it, you know? A little bit of alcohol.
I'm going to fucking rinse you, Nishka, when we go.
Red card, yeah. Give me one of those. Fucking those. On Nottingham Forest, I agree with Niche. I agree with Niche. I think they played really well. I think if it wasn't for a few opportunities that should have gone their way, if they could hit the back of the net, man, like it could be a different conversation, honestly. Ange's teams has always been notorious about conceding goals. It's always been about how can you score more than the opposition, right? He's been managed by Puskas, for crying out loud, right? Who has an award based on the crazy goal that he used to score back when he was playing for Hungary and Real Madrid back in the day, right? So you got to understand the context of around Ange Postecoglou is that you need to understand his history just a little bit, right? Having that context of Puskas as his manager in Australia, right? Not only to have such a great European footballer who's at the top of his at the top of his game, come over and manage them, right? There's going to be a lot of transferred information and sort of ideas about how to play, right? So having that context there, like Ange is obviously, of course, going to want to play aggressive, sometimes glamorous and really, really fluid football, right? So is it the most effective way? Look, unobjectively, probably not. And I don't think that Nottingham should have even signed Postecoglou to begin with, right? I think Marinakis made a mistake bringing him in, especially with the type of squad hit that he has at his club. It was never really going to work. It was never going to be an overnight job anyway. So I I think it was just a massive mistake from Marinakis. I think you either commit to having Postecoglou for the long term, or you just don't make that decision from the get-go. So I think it's a massive blunder from the ownership. But yeah, I think regarding the game, I think they played well. The scoreline doesn't do it justice, but it is what it is. It's football.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think me and Nishka, we watched the game and we thought that Nottingham Forest had chances. I thought Douglas Luiz played quite well, actually. I thought he was probably one of the best players on the pitch for a period of time. They didn't seem to have anything on the flanks, anything on the wings. They're definitely missing that Antonio player. They don't seem to have it at the moment, which is playing Nico Williams there. It doesn't seem to work. The question for you, Nishka, obviously, Cass has just answered with Ange. Was it the right decision by the Forest owner?
No, he's lost the plot, I think. They've lost the plot. I don't know. Where do they go to now? That's my next question. Are they going to be better off? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't even think that they played that bad. I was really surprised, to be honest. I thought they played quite well. So, yeah, I don't know. I think if you gave him more time, I think you probably would have seen more results. But who knows what's happening behind the scenes, whether they would come into blows as well, whether they would come in arguments as well, similar to the manager before. You just don't know. I think the owner has lost the plot, to be honest. And I can see this club imploding big time. And it doesn't look great. Another one, talking about implosions as well in this game here, another needless Chelsea red card. Like, what are they thinking? This is another one. Like
game management in it.
3-0 up, 87th minute, and you get another yellow card. Why? That makes 0 sense to me. Why? Why would you do that?
Just get yourself suspended for the next game, which you don't need it, and you got another player down. So,
yep. So just wanted to touch on that one quickly.
I think the one thing I look at is that we look at clubs at the moment with managers. We look at the clubs of results and fixtures, and we've been talking about Man United and Amarin and struggling and all that. And we'll talk a little bit about that. Everyone's been wanting him out the door, but we're talking 4 games. This guy's had 4 games and they've got rid of him. And the situation is as well with Nottingham Forest is they got rid of a manager that they went in a relegation battle. They got rid of the manager because there is something's gone wrong between him and the owner, which is really weird because you think you get rid of a manager because of performances. Graham Potter went because of West Ham were doing shit. End off. He's gone. John Dahl Tomasson's just been sacked from Sweden because they're doing shit and they could actually, for the first time, not qualify for the World Cup. So they've brought in Graham Potter now from the Sweden position. So they brought in Ange to replace a manager that was not doing crap. It's really weird. Now they're replacing a manager that hasn't really had the time, but they've got rid of him. And it's like, well, hang on a minute. I'm looking at it thinking, hey, you fucking sure and fault. You've got to take it on the chin. Like you made the decision to sack Nuno. Nuno's gone to West Ham. Yes, they lost at Brentford. But Ange has not had the time. He's not had the time with those players. Those players that were bought in January were not bought by Ange. They were bought by Nuno. And that's another problem as well. The manager doesn't have the relationship with those players yet. It's going to take time. So I'm really confused on it. And it's a real confusing, head-scratching situation for Nottingham Forest at the moment. And the only people I feel sorry for is the fans. They must be absolutely pulling their hair out at the moment about it. So, anyway, we could talk a lot about it and just have a whole episode on bloody Ange Postecoglou, but we'll move on. We'll go over to the next game. Sunderland and Wolves, 2-0 at the Stadium of Light. Wolves, again, another loss. Are they still in trouble, or did we know that this was going to happen with Sunderland? Nish?
My money's looking safe. That's all I'm saying.
He's gone, so we can't do the shirt now. So, yeah, but...
No. I'm saying... Remember I said at the start of the season, I put money on Wolves to get relegated. I honestly believe they're gone. They're done.
What about you, Cass? You think Wolves are out? 2 points, isn't it?
Do I think Wolves are out? Yeah, look, if we get to the end of the season and Wolves are dead last, I wouldn't be surprised. I think just the way that they've been going about it, just even like the fact of like they made like very little signings in the summer, right? Like, and especially after losing a lot of key players. I'm trying to remember. There was a midfielder that they let go.
We would never.
Thank you. Yeah, I couldn't remember at the tip of my tongue. So thank you. But yeah, there's just
Pedro Neto.
Yeah, a lot of really quality players, right? So there just seems like, and look, Stren Larsen is a quality player, and I think that he'll find his feet back in the Premier League next season with a different club. I don't think it'll be with Wolves. I think they'll get relegated. It'll be a shame, right? Because I think they're definitely a Premier League capable club. But at the end of the day, right, it's a tough gig. I think that the teams that have come up this season, specifically in Sunderland, have done fantastic, right? Not even from a recruitment perspective, but on the pitch, playing fantastic football, very positive as well. They're not parking 5-6 numbers at the back like a Burnley side. They're having a run at teams, and Granit Xhaka looks unbelievable in this team. He's such a metronome for them. Fantastic signing, class player, absolute leader in the dressing room. I think they've done fantastically well, Sunderland, and I think it's more of a credit to their recruitment and the way that they have set up their team. But I also think that Wolves could have done a way better job coming into the season. So I think they're really paying I think they will pay the ultimate price and go down at the end of the season.
Okay, cool. All right. Burnley and Leeds, and what a game this was. Burnley taking the win at home. Leeds United, no goals. Thoughts of that, Counts?
Yeah, very interesting. I think I saw the highlights for this one. I'm surprised Leeds didn't really take this game to Burnley as much as I thought. Just looking at the scoreline and the stats. I didn't watch the game, so I don't have an opinion on the entire 90-minute football. But it's good for Burnley. It's huge points for them, right? Especially in context of where they are in the table, right? So I think I remember the highlights where Leeds had a lot of chances from just route one plays, heading it over to Calvert-Lewin and trying to get some headers into the box, headers into the goal. I think from those highlights, it looked like Calvert-Lewin was a very big piece of the puzzle that we're trying to utilize, but just doesn't seem like it was good enough, honestly. And I don't think Calvert-Lewin's even, dare I say it, is he Premier League quality anymore? I'm not sure. I really am not sure. But just it is what it is. Burnley got some points on the board and big points too. So congrats to them, and hopefully maybe this can be a springboard for them. Who knows?
Yeah, 1 point behind Leeds United. 8 games, 7 points. Leeds United, 8 games, 7 points. Leeds United, Nish, I know you're a big follower of them. You got the old Leeds shirt. Pretty disappointing not to get any sort of consolidation goal against Burnley.
Yeah, I thought they outplayed Burnley for sure, but it was typical Burnley, man. They got the goal early, sat on it, they did nothing, and then they got another one. It did nothing. It was Leeds controlling the ball. It was Leeds trying to create, but they couldn't break through, and Burnley got them the other way. It just, I don't know. I don't think. Yes, Leeds lost. I don't think they should be too discouraged from it, but they tried to take the game to them. Unfortunately, a team of Leeds caliber aren't going to be as clinical as, say, a Man City or a Liverpool, Arsenal going to Burnley and getting the job done. That's simple as it is.
I'll tell you something I've got to admit, though, I think his name is Tutuana for Burnley. What a worldie that was.
Good goal.
What a goal.
Good goal. I didn't have many chances, but that was a good goal.
Is that the one where he swivels edge of the 18 and just absolutely puts it top left?
He puts it 30 yards out, but it's absolutely rifles it into the top. It's just like, what the hell?
I think I remember seeing that goal, but like, how is this happening from Burnley? What's going on here?
Burnley, I know. Yeah, it's from a player that they've signed that we've not fucking heard of, but oh well. All right, we're going to go straight to you, Kaz, on this one, and this is probably a big one you're going to talk about, and we can go in depth on this. Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. We knew this was a big game for Palace, and we knew this was a big game for Bournemouth, but the way it was going, it wasn't going Crystal Palace's way. They were 2-0 down, I think, at half-time, and ended up 3-3, but it could have been 4-3 counts. It could have been. Mateta.
Look, what's
he fucking doing?
Look, you can. I'll say this, right? It's very easy to say Mateta should have scored that 100%, 9 times out of 10, well, 99 out of 100. He puts it in there, right? But the guy had like a 5.3 xG. I think that's from what I've read, that is a Premier League record for a match. 5.3 xG. That is insane. I think right now. I know this you might see as this bias. You might see this as, me putting on a little bit of the rose-tinted glasses. But I think Mateta might be the second best striker in the Premier League behind Haaland at the moment. He has been phenomenal. He's been unreal. He's been the most key part of our team, and I've been very reserved about giving my praises to Mateta. I have. Trust me. You've heard me. Yeah, I've been very critical of his touch. And he's not the most glorious player, but holy fucking shit, he gets it done. Like, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have been in the game. Like, I'm going to be honest. We wouldn't have been in the game. I'm pretty sure there was a stat where he had 11 touches in the box. 11 touches in the box, and he had a 5 xG. I don't know how many shots he had, but that's unreal. Like, this was Mateta's game, and he's playing brilliant for France. I'm pretty sure he got a goal for them during the international break. He'll be a key part of that team for the World Cup. I have no doubt. I think he's probably one of the best strikers of world football right now. I'm going to say it. Like, I know I'm just glazing this guy, but he had an unreal performance. Look, disappointing to drop points. I am happy with this. I'm not going to lie. Bournemouth are a very strong team. I'm not going to discredit them whatsoever. Semenyo is a phenomenal player. I'll take the 1 point. I know it's at home. I predicted 2-2. I'll take a 3-3. That's fine. And a great performance from Mateta. We can keep pushing. That's fine. I don't have an issue with this scoreline whatsoever.
Yeah, Bournemouth third in with 15 points. Palace with 8th with 13 points as well. So a pretty even game with both teams. Put a bit of a question in there. I don't want to go away from the game itself, but we'll go to the question, Nish. Can Palace get Europa League or Conference this season?
Come on. Yeah, I think they can. I think they're a fantastic team, man. Honestly. I see depth all over their pitch now. Yeah, there's no reason why they can't. When I look outside sort of like the top 4-5 teams, that's where I'll start looking. Crystal Palace is right there. They're knocking on that door. And likewise, Bournemouth are another team. They're really playing well. I think they, with Semenyo in their team, I think they're a fantastic team as well. They're going to beat a lot of teams this season.
Do you think it's put Semenyo's price up again? The way he's playing at the moment, he's got 6 goals in 8 games and just fantastic at the moment. You could say the same thing with Mateta. Do you think there's obviously been rumours that Liverpool are going to make a deal in January for him?
I think both these teams will be seeing dollar signs right now. I think from both of those guys.
Okay. All right. Happy to continue, guys. I don't want to. We can talk more about Palace.
No, it's okay. We can move on.
All right.
Happy.
I am happy. I'm very happy. I'm happy with the result. It's all good. We're good to go.
I wouldn't be in that last 2 minutes when Marteta.
But the thing is, SJ, you can analyze it.
I know you can.
You can. It's so easy.
But you wouldn't have thought they were going to.
Should have moved on.
We should have moved on. We'll go over.
He had to make it.
Yeah, right. Hey, if you want me to yap for another 15, you can just mute your mic and let me go.
Of course, mate. I'll fucking let you have all day. As long as you want. We'll go to the Amex, and a very interesting result on this one. I thought that Newcastle would have got the job done. Fortunately, didn't. Brighton getting home win there. And Brighton have had a bit of an up and down season. They've been very good in some cases, beating Man City, one of the games of the season, probably for them. and then getting a good result against Newcastle, who did get a good result in the Champions League, which we'll talk about later on. Brighton. What's your thoughts there against the Newcastle? That result, Nishka.
It's only an interesting result if your name's Eshte, because I picked this one. Spot on. So,
there you go. I think you got most of them this week, by the way. So I did shit.
Brighton down in the Amex, man. Too good. It's a long way to go for Newcastle.
I don't want to pop your balloon, Nish, but I'm looking at the things right now. It says you did 3-0 United. Newcastle.
Newcastle? No way.
Unless I fucked it up.
I thought I picked Brighton, man. 2-1 at home.
Oh, God. Don't tell me I'm going to redo this whole thing.
Uh-oh.
Wait, did we do this live? These predictions?
Yep.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
I'll go check it.
You can check.
I'll go check it.
We can check. I think I thought I did. Well, I thought all
no,
week
he didn't. He's just bullshitting because he knows he wants to pull on that lead on me.
I said I said it before the game even came on that I picked them 2-1. So I thought I had. Okay. Well, I'll take that back if I'm wrong, but I think that's what I did. But anyway, Brighton down beat Newcastle 2-1. I thought they were going to win. So, yeah. Welbeck, he's found some form, hasn't he?
Oh, what a goal.
Yeah, he's found some form.
What a goal.
Montomato is scored for Newcastle. He's doing his job since he came in, but it's a hard place to go and win, isn't it? Down at Brighton.
The mixed stadium. Yeah, the old Seagulls.
It's hard.
The old Seagulls.
Yeah. That's why I'm doubting. I don't think I would have picked Newcastle to win 3-0 down there. I don't think that would have been me that would have said that.
Cass is going through all the clips now.
Yeah, please go through it.
Cass, Newcastle. People have been talking about it and they're saying that midfield is a strong partnership there with Guimaraes and Tonali, but at the moment making mistakes, and that's why that's why the game went to Brighton. What do Newcastle need to do moving forward into the next game?
Look, truthfully, Newcastle's not a club that I kind of have a key eye on, so I don't really have a lot of info about them. What I will say is that Bruno Guimaraes is a fantastic footballer, and so is Tonali. I think that Voltemata has been phenomenal. I think he's definitely going to push Vissa for a starting spot at least, and probably even take it, I would even say, because ACL injuries, they can be brutal. Yeah, they can change the way you play. Some players are just never the same afterwards, right? So
I think they'll play together.
That would be ideal. A little bit of Defoe and Crouch vibes. You know what I mean? That'd be unreal. But I
think Vissa will play on the wide. I think Vissa could play on the wides because he did play wide for Brentford a few times. Carry on.
Yeah, and look, they do have a lot of. The thing is, I don't see Vissa taking either Alenga or Gordon's spot. I think they're two of the fastest wingers in the Premier League. So. And they bring a lot of dynamism to the team. And, Gordon is a dog off the ball. So, look, I think looking at this team on paper, they're a phenomenal side, right? What I will say is that I just think that Brighton, going to the Amex, it's a hard place to go, man. I'm going to be honest. It's not easy. It's not like a West Ham London Stadium. It's not like you could even say like a Brentford, like G-Tech community center. Like, it's like Amex is not easy. It's tough. So, and a lot of clubs have found out at Amex. So, I'm not surprised by this result. I think Newcastle will bounce back, and I think Brighton will keep pushing. So, what Newcastle need to do is just back themselves, rely on the players that they've got, and just keep it going.
Okay, nicely done. We'll go over to this game. I watched this game, and I thought that this team was extremely unlucky, and I didn't realise that the player wasn't even on the pitch. Man City and Everton. I worry about Man City. I really do. I watched this game and Everton had so many chances, but they need to spend some serious money on a fucking world-class striker because Beto is just not it. He is just not it. And it's such a shame because their young player, I think, is it Ndoi or Ndoi? I can't think of his name. He's great feet. Yeah, he's got great feet. He absolutely ripped Man City apart in that game. But we know that Haaland is clinical, and end of the day, he gets an opportunity. He scores. So for me, I think this is a bit like the Forest game against Chelsea. I think the result doesn't do us justice, because this looked like this was going to be a draw or every day of the week, because Everton were all over Man City in some areas as well. Kaus, I'll send this one to you. Thoughts of the game? I know it's 2-0 to Man City, but I thought Everton were very unlucky.
I think this is just another Haaland display. He's and it's crazy to say he's found another step. He's found another gear. He's just dare I say it, he's inevitable. I'll be honest. He's Thanos. I'll be honest. I think it's not even if City are in this fight because of Haaland, for the title. And I'm going to be honest, if they win it, dare I say it, if they win it, it won't be Man City's Premier League title. It'll be Erling Haaland's. You're not taking that trophy back to the Etihad. You're taking it back to the fucking Haaland's hometown in Sweden, in Norway, sorry, and you're making a mural in his hometown. You know what I mean? I think this guy is unbelievable, and the fact that City have locked him down to a 10-year contract, that is disgusting, absolutely disgusting.
I don't think they'll keep him, Cass.
Where's he going to go, though?
I think
who's going to pay that?
I think he'll go to Madrid. I think it's
no
destined.
chance.
Yeah, I think it's destined. He wants to go. He'll do one season, I think. He'll do this season, and you'll see him.
Him and Mbappe, you reckon?
No chance. That's
not a chance. How does that work? In what world does that work?
No.
Mbappe and Haaland in the same team.
Well, you know what's going to happen, don't you? I've got a feeling
they're going to put Mbappe on the wing.
Yeah, Vinny Junior. Listen, Vinny. Honestly, seriously,
how's that going to go down?
Because I'm hearing this. I'm hearing a lot about this. Vinny Junior won't stay.
Where's he going?
He'll go to Saudi Arabia.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. And Mbappe will play on the wing, and Haaland.
You need Fabrizio. We got SJ.
Yeah, come on.
Vinny Junior at his age to Saudi.
Yeah.
SJ's on these ones. Hold on.
Hey,
wait.
Can you just show me the side of your head? Hang on. Did you just get whacked by something before you got on here?
No.
I just had to check.
No, I'm being serious. Honestly, I honestly just remember the date. What is the date? What's the
date? Vinny Junior? You're going to Saudi, aren't you?
23rd of October, 2025. Right, remember this.
Mbappe, are you happy to play on the wing? Fuck. Oh, sorry. SJ just told me you'd be happy to play there.
Wing? Sorry, I meant fullback. Fullback?
Remember the date. What's the date?
This is stream, mate. You know.
Why you're showing us the date? You've gone mad.
23rd of October, 2025. Remember it? Remember, I'm saying Vinny Junior will go to Jeddah, and Haaland will go up front, and Mbappe will play on the wing.
Right. If you somehow manifest this and get this correct, I will be forever mind blown. I'll be honest.
Yeah, just remember it. Remember the date. All right. Honestly, it's rumored that Vinny Junior has not agreed to a new contract, and Haaland wants to go to Real Madrid.
SJ, can you say "Here we go"?
Here we fucking go.
Here we go.
Anyway, on that note, with that mind-blowing bit of news,
that's tangent, Nishka,
are Man City more favourites than Liverpool?
Why are you asking me?
That's crazy to you.
That's so crazy.
By the way. That's criminal, actually.
Are Man City more favourite than Arsenal?
Yes.
Maybe.
Hey, you gotta get the tea bag in a little bit longer, buddy. You gotta get the string.
Answer the question.
Is Dino still it? Dino, you want to jump on here and I'll fuck off.
Seriously, come on.
I wouldn't take that. I'll be honest if I was you, Dish.
I'm seriously considering my next words right
No,
now.
you can consider it. You're fine. You're happy. No, are Man City more favourites than Liverpool?
What kind of kick is that, man?
It's just a question. It's just written at the bottom.
Where's Arsenal in this?
Oh,
why aren't Arsenal in here?
They're coming. I'm asking. We're talking about Man City, so I'm asking you the question.
Why are we only mentioned? Why aren't you mentioned?
I don't know. I just wrote Liverpool.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Why is?
Just answer the goddamn question. Jesus Christ.
Are they equal favourites now with Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal?
We'll move it. We'll move it along because he won't answer. Are Man City
I
favourite?
just said. No, I didn't say. I said they're equal, like favourites.
Equal.
With Liverpool
Okay,
and
that's
Arsenal.
fine.
With
fine.
Liverpool and Arsenal, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. What about you, Kaz? You think Man City are more favourites than Liverpool?
Write down the date. I think it's
October the 25th. I remember the date because it was about the Vinny Jr.
If you say we're more favourites than Man City, Chaos, you need to go get checked.
No chance. What I'm saying is that I wouldn't be surprised at the end of the season, City is the one lifting the title. I just wouldn't, bro. I wouldn't. I know they're in
completely
shambles.
Going away from that question.
Oh no, I see that too. Honestly, what Chaos is saying.
Yeah, I think they're inevitable in my you know what I mean. Like they had a blip last season. I think the blip was what, third place.
I don't think so.
You think
not this
Arsenal
season?
still...
No. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about my club.
Now
No.
He's getting defensive now because he's saying City's going to take the title.
I'm not talking. No, fuck off. No.
I love being a Palace fan, man. I'll be honest. I don't have to deal with this. It's fucking unreal.
No, I don't think so. Not this season.
Palace going to win the league.
Not this season, Cass. I don't think so. I think I watched them against Everton. They just look cagey. They do look very cagey. And the thing is you watch the game, and if you look at Beto, if you put a class world finisher up front, then that he bags them. He bags two of those opportunities. One of them's 1-on-1. The other one's a header. Yep. It's just 2-0 Everton, and then we're talking about that's the third team. That's the third game that Man City have lost. No,
I agree, but I would even say that the quality of attackers in the league, I just don't think it's that high. I don't. I think you've got Haaland. I think you got Ekitike. I think you've got Mateta. And then maybe tentatively, Evan Nilsson, Danny Welbeck. And then there's just this season, no. This season, no. But after that, I think, for sure, Isak we'll say Isak in there. But after that...
What about Gyökeres?
I've never rated Gyökeres. I've never been a big fan. Mate, he got 2 goals against Leeds and then fixed his hair for fucking 45 minutes.
That's what he needs to do. He's done his job. Remember?
Yeah, unreal. And that's all he's done.
He scored 2 last night too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on.
Yeah, but who did they verse?
Atletico Madrid.
Oh, did they? Was that last night?
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on.
I haven't actually watched that game.
I was going to skip past that. I wasn't going to talk about that.
Yeah. But honestly, let's talk about it. The thing is, Haaland we know is on fantastic form, but then you put Haaland, you put a world-class played striker in the other team, it could be a different thing. And everyone has always said in football, you've got to finish your chances. Otherwise, you will get absolutely dominated against these big clubs. And Haaland at the moment is one of those players, if he gets 1 inch, he'll score. He is that way inclined. That's just the way he is. He is a goal scorer. You give him anything. The goals he scored in his first season when he came into the Premier League were outrageous, especially the ones in the Champions League. The guy is just phenomenal. So anyway, I felt sorry for Everton personally. Anyway, we'll go away from that. Next team.
I'd like to be cagey, but and win 2-0. I don't know. We're not winning 2-0. We're losing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's still the result, isn't it? It's still 2-0 end of the day, and that's what people will look at. They'll look at all the chances, they'll look at all the opportunities, but end of the day, they've won the game 3 points. It's on the table. That's what that matters. All right, we'll go over to the next game, and I'll let you guys choose because it is Arsenal versus Fulham. So whoever wants to go away.
Before we go on,
did we find out if I was correct?
I've had him here, boys. I've had him here.
So I was right.
You are spot on there, Nish. I'll give you 2 points. That is my apologies. Sincerely apologise.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, well done. Congratulations.
You're still below me, but anyway.
Okay. Cool. Who wants to go with Arsenal and Fulham?
Arsenal and Fulham. You've got it, SJ.
Yeah. You take it away.
You can ask me the questions though.
So, what are your thoughts on Arsenal Fulham, SJ? Do you think Arsenal will win the league?
No, come on.
Who's the favourites out of Arsenal, Man City, and Liverpool?
Right, the question in the bottom, Nish. Let's talk about the game. I honestly thought that we were shit in the first half. I really did. I thought Fulham. Me and Nishka watched the game, and Fulham played really well. Harry Wilson had so many opportunities. Was pretty unlucky, but what annoyed me about the game is, Arsenal have been extremely. Arsenal are the best team on set pieces, on corners. We know that they've scored the most goals on corners, and they're doing short corners. And it's like, what the hell? What are we doing? And they were all crap. And we know when we were watching this, Nishka, and we knew they were all rubbish. And then all of a sudden, they do what they're good at, and it's 1-0. Just do the same thing. Why change it? But didn't really see anything come from Fulham, to be honest with you. I really didn't. I don't think they even had a go at right. I'm just looking at the stats now. One shot. Arsenal had 12 and 5. Dominated the whole game.
One on target. There was a
One on
couple
target.
that missed by not much.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Was it comfortable? Not really, but end of the day, set piece goal. Like I said, 2-0 KG, 1-0 even more KG, but 3 points on the board. And a team that we played last season and lost, good. What I'm noticing so far with Arsenal are the teams we're playing, we're getting the results. We're getting results against those clubs last season that caused us problems. And if we can do that this season and still beat the top 6, then we obviously have a big opportunity of lifting the trophy. But if we drop those points against those mediocre clubs, then we're going to finish second again. So, yeah.
We've got the next question.
Nishka.
Yeah, so does that performance there, was that convincing enough to make you guys favourites over Liverpool and Man City?
No.
No?
No.
Don't think you're favourites yet?
I don't think. No, I'm not saying we're favourites. I'm just saying I don't think it was convincing. I like we watched the game and Fulham. They played well in the first half. We just didn't. I don't know if we didn't really seem to get into any gears. And then obviously when we used our strengths, we scored a goal. And that's what frustrated me mostly in the game.
I think Fulham deserved something out of the game, but I also think Arsenal are favourites now. I do. I honestly believe Arsenal are the favourites now.
What about you, Cass?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about the win the title again. Sorry, are we back to this conversation?
Well, any question, Fulham and Arsenal, if you watch the game or the title favourites, and because I've heard it all in the media, they're all going on about it at the moment. That Arsenal have got the best defence; they can't be beaten. They've conceded how many goals this season? 3. That is pretty good.
Yeah, I get that.
But there's mistakes in those defenders. There is Gabriel, and he can be a little bit rash. Saliba he travels with the ball too much, does a little bit too much, and then gets undone. We've seen it.
Yeah, but look, I think are they favourites to win the league? Unobjectively, I think so. I think the Arsenal team, and I think more specifically, I think the more important discussion to have is the way they play, the way they break you down, the way that they have so many men behind the ball at any given point in time. I think the way Arteta has got them playing this season, and you saw even last season, of course, as well, they're doing everything possible. They don't give a flying fuck. They don't care. They want to get it done. I think I do worry about the attack. I do, because when you're playing so reserved, when you're playing so deep, and I understand that, like, obviously in the early parts of the game, you're not doing that, right? Early parts of the game, you're having to run at teams, you're testing the waters, you're giving the ball to the attack consistently. But I just think when you're so reserved and so, you can call it disciplined football, but I just think that you can get kind of found out in a way. If there's a team with with the specific set of players that can really make a difference. I'm talking like Champions League level. I'm talking like a Barcelona where both flanks are absolutely incredible. I'm talking about PSG where the front line is dynamic, it's young, it's useful, lots of legs. I'm talking even maybe a Real Madrid with so much quality in that side. When you give teams the space to constantly give the ball to the attackers, I am concerned. Is it a way of football to win the league? Time will tell. Time will tell.
I don't know. I don't know. I think, 8 games. I'm looking at the table now. 8 games, 19 points, 1 loss. Everyone else has lost 2, 3, 1. Bournemouth are the only ones that have lost 1 game, but they've drawn 3 games. We've drawn 1. We've not drawn that many this season. We've won 6 out of 8. I'm quite happy about that. The one thing I worry about is those games that we go against, and it's like 0-0, and you're thinking, "Oh, fuck, here we go again." But we're seeming to get the job done. We did it against Newcastle, 2-1. What a stadium to go to! It's so difficult to get a result at St James's Park. Craven Cottage, a bogey side. It's a derby. And people keep talking about Gyökeres. He's not scoring. He's not had a goal for 7 or 8 games. But the thing is, people need to understand is that his work rate makes that goal, or makes chances, makes the opportunities. Even though he didn't score in the game, he had opportunities. He had, but he didn't score. And people will look at it, oh, it's a striker again that hasn't scored. But then if he does put in a shift and makes chances and opportunities, isn't that what you want as a striker?
You got to be putting him away, though.
You have got to be putting him away, yeah. But end of the day, if the team win and they win by a 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, and the striker still doesn't score, does it matter?
If they're getting the win, I get your point. Like, I do. I genuinely understand your perspective, but I also think that the profile of Gyökeres and I guess the amount of hype that's been around him for not just this season, like he's been thereabouts in the conversation to join a Premier League team for a while. So it's not that he hasn't got quality, and it's not that people haven't been aware of it. It's always been the question of how come why is it now? Is the timing, like why is this transfer happening at this point in time when he's already been so hyped?
He was prolific. He was prolific in Portugal. But we're not playing Real Ave though. We're not playing Victor Vieira. These teams are completely different. This is a different league, and this is why I've said so many times. You look at all the big strikers have come to the Premier League. They're not have all made it. Look at Isaac. He's 130 million. What's he doing? He's struggling. Is that because he's not fit? Is that because he needs time to adapt? He's already had seasons and seasons in the Premier League. He's just gone to a different club. He just needs to understand the way that they play. He knows how the Premier League works. Gyökeres doesn't. Gyökeres has never been in the Premier League. He scores a hat-trick against Man City in the Champions League. Everyone shouts his name, right? He doesn't score any goals, and everyone writes him off. But then we'll talk about the Champions League, and everything changes. But then the people go, oh, yeah, but they were crap goals. But they're goals.
Yeah, I guess just to quickly finish off the point that I was going to make is that he's been hyped for you're right. He's been hyped for a while, but I guess the question mark is why has it happened now and not earlier, right? If there's someone that is on the market that has been this prolific and has had this much noise around him, why is this transfer happening at this point in time and not maybe 2 years earlier? Not when Amorim was taken away from Sporting, where he was. You know what I mean?
Is it because he was in his prime? Because he can't remember. Gyökeres was in the Premier League. He played for Coventry. He went to Brighton, but didn't do anything in Brighton. So do you need that? Do you need that time? We'll just use another player for example. Look at Salah. Salah went to Chelsea. Didn't really do anything. Went to Roma, and that's where Liverpool signed him from. And now look at him.
Yeah, I just don't think Gyökeres is that
type of player.
I just don't think he's that quality of a player. That's just my opinion. I don't believe it. I don't believe in it. I think Ekitike, I remember him specifically playing against Spurs in Europa League last year. He was a problem. I remember watching that game and being like, this guy's unreal. Like, he's just doggied the shit out of Romero. Like, what is happening? This guy is unreal. And, like, when he was going to Liverpool, I'm like, that's a great signing. That's a fantastic signing. So, am I surprised about Ekitike's form? Honestly, yeah, but he's a good player. I rate him. He's classy on the ball. I guess from the eye test, just a little moments that I see of Gyökeres, like, you've got to be cleaner, you got to be sharper, you got to be more switched on. There's so many parts where I just watch his game. The touch seems really slow. Anyway, we can talk about this for ages, but that's just my opinion.
I still think that people need to really rethink it and say that, because everyone gives a player a season. Everyone gives a player a season. You can't start making accusations 8 games in. How do you know he does 8 games? He does the first half of the season and then bags 25 goals in the second half of the season. You just don't know. No one knew what Haaland was going to do when he came in, and look what he done. He broke records.
Yeah.
So, okay, all right. Good chat. We're going to leave the big one till the last, but we're just going to go over this one really quickly. I'm just going to skip Tottenham Villa. We'll come back to that one. But West Ham and Brentford. Nuno, I think his second game in charge, unfortunately lost Brentford 2-0. We've seen how strong Brentford are this season. Did we think that West Ham were going to do anything, even though it was at home with Nuno in charge? Nishka.
West Ham, they're shambles, man.
Never Wolves.
I don't think they're as bad as Wolves, but they're not far off. They're not far off. Take nothing away from Brentford, though. Brentford have been good. Like, they've been really good this season. So, yeah.
13th
I don't have too much to say about it, but yeah, Brentford, they dominated them, man. Honestly, they start to finish all over them. And yeah, West Ham got some big work to do if they want to stay up, I think.
Yeah, I didn't see the game. Kaz, any comments on the Brentford and West Ham?
Yeah, I watched the game. Yeah, that was really piss poor. Look, I think there's a deeper issue at West Ham where there just seems to be, I don't want to say a divide, but I do want to say a divide between the ownership and, I guess, the fan base, right? I think about, the politics behind them putting up the London Stadium as like their home ground. To have, it just doesn't feel like a football stadium. And I think, that sort of decision there to get rid of Kudus before the start of the season, not have an adamant replacement. I think decisions in terms of just like, I guess the management, like Graham Potter, was not the right decision. Like, there's a lot of questionable stuff. And if I'm a West Ham fan, I would have every right to be upset about the football that my team is playing, the way that they're performing. The squad they have is phenomenal. Lucas Paqueta, obviously Jared Bowen. But, like, and it's really disappointing to see this team not perform, but they were just getting ran around the park. They were just getting ran around. And they were constantly on the back foot. They never had a sniff. Bowen had a few chances. I think he took maybe 2 shots early on in the first 30 minutes, I think, from memory. But other than that, it was not good. It was not good for West Ham. So I worry. I do worry for them. I hope Nuno can make it work. I believe Nuno can make it work. It's just time will tell, man. I am worried about this West Ham team. I am. I'm very, very worried. But hopefully they can pull it together. Hopefully they can sort it out. Get in the right gear, get in the right mentality, get in the right headspace, and start putting some points on the board for themselves and get back to the team that they know that they can be. So time will tell.
Right. Well, you know what we're seeing here? We're seeing what this game showed me. We're seeing 2 teams. One is completely disjointed. They got no cohesion. They look lost when they're playing the game. And then the other team, I don't know whether it's this Liverpool connection of when they were winning the titles and stuff, but that Jordan Henderson, Kelleher, even Seth Vandenberg, like him in the team, like these guys have been in that culture. They know what it takes to be a team, bring the team together, and they know what it takes to win. And you're seeing it at Brentford. Obviously, not the same caliber of player as what was at Liverpool through those times, but they've got that mentality. I think that's the big key of why they brought Jordan Henderson in, because he knows how to win. He knows how to be a captain. He knows how to fucking get the job done. And you're seeing that with Brentford. It's showing in their results.
I think also Igor Thiago has had a phenomenal start to life at Brentford as well.
He's been
and look, I think if you look at the chances, you'd probably hope he's probably had more goals, honestly. But to be in the right moments, to be in the right spaces, to take the chances that you have to majority of degree, it's phenomenal. He's been a great signing for them. And I think Brentford have had this very Moneyball style-esque of recruitment, and it's worked wonders for them, man. And I think that famously, you might say, early on, I was very skeptical of this team. You know, Keith Andrews, the only remaining manager from Thomas Frank's stuff that wasn't taken with him to go to Spurs, right? Having your top scorers in Visser and Mbeumo to be taken in the summer, right? A lot of goals there that were taken away. Also, Norgard being poached by Arsenal. Like, these are some great players. Obviously, the hold on to Damsgaard has been a fantastic outlet for them. They've recruited well to replace the attacking stardom in Igor Thiago. Do I think he'll reach the same heights? I don't think so, but he doesn't need to. And honestly, I think it'll be a benefit to Brentford if he doesn't, because then they can probably establish some sort of cohesion in the front line to establish themselves over the next few years and stay in the Premier League. So it's probably the type of player that they need, man. So they've done really well.
They're placing themselves in a good position. Like that, it's a lot of money they've made, and they've still got a really strong core that are playing strong together, and that's the basis to build off. And then if you've banked that money, you're only going to get stronger, aren't you? As one of those smaller clubs.
Correct. Spot on.
Okay. All right, cool. We've got 2 games left, and then we'll go over the prediction results, and then we'll recap. We'll preview match week number 9. Go over Aston Villa and Tottenham. I want to laugh at this one. Tottenham, another L on the board. Villa 2-1. So we were talking about them at the beginning of the shows when we started, that they weren't scoring, and now they're on a bit of a streak. Nishka, thoughts on that?
Yeah, I said Villa would turn it around. I kept backing them when they weren't, and yeah, now they're showing what I thought they would show. They're doing well, and Tottenham, they're showing exactly what they did last season, aren't they? They're one week they look all right, next week they look like rubbish, and I'm sure that pleases you, SJ, but I'm sure the Spurs fans out there wouldn't be too pleased with that result at home.
Well, I think the only thing that the Spurs fans will be happy is they saw Colin Mouani come on the pitch but did nothing in the game, unfortunately. Too late. Too late.
Yeah, I agree. I think I think from memory, I'm just going to quickly check before I say it. I did back Aston Villa in this game, so thank God. Yeah, I think Aston Villa have always had the quality, right? We've always spoke about it week in, week out, right? I don't think they ever reached the point that West Ham are at right now in terms of just like the situation that they're in. I think it was just like a bit of a slump. Maybe even say almost like it almost felt like they just didn't have a preseason. I don't know. That could be maybe what could have happened. It just seemed they were a bit lethargic. They didn't really seem switched on. I remember there was one game that I watched when they versed Palace. They got absolutely ran by a midfield. Granted, Adam Wharton is a fantastic footballer. But we have Will Hughes, who, let's be honest, he's on, and he's got some mileage on those legs. You know what I mean? And they were just not up for that game. So it's good to finally see that Aston Villa have kicked into gear, right? So hopefully Liverpool can learn a few things and find a gear of their own. My bad, Nish.
I think
No, go on.
Kick me while I'm down.
Yeah.
I'll just lie down here. Just kick me, please.
It's fine, please. I think Unai Emery knows what he's doing. I think he's that type of manager. Even though he was at Arsenal and didn't probably get the time and that, I think he's at a club that he can really mould into what he wants at Villa. I think he's done some very good deals in the transfer market. And I think they're going to take a little bit of time to get to it. They've started to pick up now, and good result. I'm happy. I'm over the moon. It's like nice to see. I'm looking down at the table. I'm looking at Tottenham in 6th, and we're at the top. So I'm over the moon. Right, last one. Unfortunately, Nishka, time has come. The big showdown talks Liverpool and Man United. What happened, mate?
Give away early goal, half asleep in the first minute. Cody Gakpo couldn't put him in the back of the net.
They're best friends with the post, didn't he?
Yeah, hit the post, off the post, in the post, over the post.
What's that with the metaphor? That's
even
crazy.
when he had
quality, off the post.
Good.
Even when he had a free header in the middle of the box, puts it wide.
Yeah, that was criminal.
Man.
Yeah, I thought for sure.
Frimpong, come on, made a difference. I thought he played well. Come on, put a good ball in there. He looks dangerous on that right hand side. Salah, he does not look dangerous. He looks like he needs to be put on the bench. He's had shocking starts.
Overtime for Salah.
His form has been terrible, to say the least.
You played with 10 men. Is that fair to say?
9.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably we deserve to get something out of this game, I think.
Yeah,
on a whole, I think probably unlucky not to win it, really. And then I don't know what we're thinking to that goal at the end. 3 guys at the back post, all unmarked. I don't know what is going on there. That's a communication break or whatever's happening. That's shocking. Harry Maguire just in at the back post. I don't know how that happens. I can't comprehend that. And for him to score, well, I just made the icing on the cake. Thoughts, boys?
I'll go with you, Cass.
I have a lot to say on this. I'll be honest.
So do I.
I have a lot to say. I think.
How long have you got?
I think first things first, we have to establish that the fact that Salah needs to get moved on. He just does. He's not good enough at the moment. He's not putting and the fact that Slot is constantly putting him in, week out. Look, I think when you've got a player of that caliber that is, dare I say it, a Premier League great. Actually, that's not that out of pocket. He is a Premier League great. He's a phenomenal player, right?
Feral.
But a time comes when you're old and your key attribute is speed and beating players, and that's gone. You aren't that great anymore.
I agree with that statement, but the thing is that we're talking about Salah for the Ballon d'Or 4 months ago, right?
What's happened? He's fallen off a fucking cliff.
But what can happen in 4 months? I agree. He has fallen off a cliff. I think a few things have happened in this Liverpool side. I think first and foremost, there's too many superstars in this side. That is clear as day. Too many damn superstars, right? I think Florian Wirtz has been hard done by, genuinely. I think
a scapegoat.
I agree. In my opinion, he's been a phenomenal player. I think he's been creating chances. There's just been I watched this Liverpool team and I just see Isak just running past people, bro. And just constantly just like putting just like almost no pressure and just running past people. It's just like, I don't know. I don't get it. I think that there's so many different aspects of this team that just don't make a lot of sense to me. Like, why are we constantly forcing even Gakpo? I think he was unfortunate to not get goals in this game. Genuinely unfortunate, right?
Should have scored a hat trick.
Should have scored a hat. Yeah, I agree. He was playing well, but I just still think like why he hasn't been performing. And you've got so many fantastic players on the bench. Let's give Rio a 90-minute game. Why not? You're already down in the dumps. You got 4 losses on the trot. Like, let's think outside the square a little bit. Fucking a little bit over here. I think it's just we're seeing a little bit of, I wouldn't call it tactical inflexibility, you could call it, from Arne Slot, but it's almost like this really ignorant, what's the word I'm looking for? It's on the tip of my tongue. Like, oh my God, what is the word? Like when ignorant stubbornness, where it's just like, I need to play these players because I know they'll perform, but they're not performing, bro. They're not doing the job. You have a fantastic roster of players. Let's utilize them. I think, it's just, it hasn't gone well. There just needs to be some rotation. I also think when it comes to Salah, right, I think a very big talking point last season was his contract, right? His contract was a massive talking point all of last season. And he's got that contract beginning of this season. He's got it sorted. And it just kind of feels like he doesn't have that fire under his ass. Doesn't feel like he's got that next bit of hunger to prove people wrong, to change mindsets. It just kind of feels like he's just, dare I say it, just getting a paycheck, man. Like, that's what it just kind of feels like, man. And I feel for Liverpool supporters, and because this team, a lot of hype around this team beginning of the season, man. A lot of hype. So, a lineup moving forward is to kick out Gakpo and Salah. Let's put Florian Wirtz back in there. Let's get Szoboszlai back in the midfield. I think he's been phenomenal. Probably one of your best players this season, in my opinion. He's got a cracker free kick against Arsenal. Not to kick you while you're down, sorry, SJ. But I think there's solutions here, man. I hope Arne Slot just does what needs to be done and just moves Salah on. I agree. Frimpong was phenomenal on the weekend. He was great. Phenomenal player. Anyway, I don't want to take on too much time, but yeah, that's my spiel.
The wingers are too predictable.
Mm.
They're so predictable. They both do the exact same thing. Salah, cut in from the right onto his left, looks for his left, wants to be on his left. Everything has to be on his left. Gakpo, the same. He's going down the fucking left-hand side. He cuts in on his right. He's looking for the finesse shot. That's all he does.
Mm.
They don't create anything because they're so one-sided in the way they play. It's so predictable that they don't even try to beat the player up the line because they can't use their right and left foot. They're trying to do the same thing every time. Cut inside, look for something inside. It's so predictable. It's become so predictable. There's no creativity to it. Or they cut back. They just cut back and they whip a ball in on their left foot or their right foot. It's so easy. They're not beating the guy down the line and then cutting it back across with their right foot because they can't. They can't use their right foot or their left foot for Gakpo. They're so one-sided, those two players.
Yeah, they're very one-dimensional. I do agree. It's like, but it's not like the type of quality of, like, say, Iron Robin, where it's like you couldn't stop it. You know what I mean? Like, when I think of like a one-dimensional player that was successful, that guy was unreal. He was phenomenal.
When he hits on the left foot,
Salah was for a while, like a long time, but he's not now. He's not at the moment. He's past it.
I hope he can find it, man, because he is a phenomenal player.
I think he will.
I hope so.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's.
I'm not sure either, Nish. I'll be honest. I'm hopeful, but
I hope he does. I love Salah. Like, it sounds like I'm Salah bashing right now, but to be fair, at the moment, you can't keep playing him if he's playing like this. You can't.
But you're Salah bashing, but you're being fair, Nish. It's not like you're being unreasonable. He has not played well. He hasn't, bro. He just has not.
I don't think it's on Salah, though.
I agree.
He's part of the problem.
But he's a big part of it now, man.
I'm going to cut in. I'm going to go through my little.
Yeah, go on, SJ. Sorry.
Because I really do. I think there's a lot of problems. And I said this from the very first get-go. You're conceding way too many goals. Way too many. In the start of the season, you conceded 2 against Bournemouth. And then he conceded another one, and then another one, and another one. And I think the whole aspect of the whole transfer market was way wrong, was completely wrong. You've bought the wrong player. You've not got another defender. Virgil van Dijk just does not look onto it at all. It looks quite sluggish. I don't think the partnership with him and Canadi is working. I don't. The communication's just not there. TA has not really been replaced in my eyes. I think Frimpong is a right wing back, right wing, right winger and right back. You're playing Connor Bradley. You've been playing Dominic. The formation doesn't seem to be right. I don't think Slot knows who to play up front, or I don't think he knows who his front three is. Isaac has been brought into it. I think is a panic buy. I think Hugo needs to play. I think you need to start Hugo all the time at the moment. I don't think Isaac is the player at the moment. I think he needs to come on and get games. I think you need to be giving him minutes in the cup games, in the Champions League and stuff like that, getting his match fitness, because he's nowhere near that. He was a rabbit in the headlights against United. He didn't really do anything against United. It was actually Gakpo that done everything. I just don't feel that the way the Liverpool are going at the moment. I think from my point of view, from what I saw them last season, when we look at title favourites and looking at who could battle them, you didn't really have any competition. We were miles behind, and we didn't really get off the ground running really very well. And you just ran away with it. This season, all the teams have now caught up. Chelsea have made signs. Man United have, Man City, Arsenal. And Liverpool just seem to be, they've spent all this money, but there's no, I don't know if there's any concept behind it, because like you have no defender. If Virgil gets injured, you're fucked. You have no one, and you look at like the likes of Man City, you look at the likes of United, Arsenal. Arsenal have 5 centre-backs. You have 2. And you have Gomez, and he doesn't trust Gomez. He doesn't. Chiesa is scoring goals coming off the bench. He doesn't play. You've got a young kid. He doesn't play. You're then playing Salah, who is not performing. I just don't think Slot knows what he's doing. Vert, he's on the left. He's in the middle. He's on the right. I don't know where the fuck he's playing. Play him in this position where he plays, where he is good. He is the playmaker for Germany. Play him in that position. Play him to his strengths, and you will get the best out of him. Yes, it may take a little bit of time, because all I keep seeing is 10 games, no goals, no assists. And it's all I keep seeing. And I think that he's the scapegoat, and Isaac is going to be the scapegoat next. And I just feel that Liverpool are just waiting for their next defeat next week. That's how I look at it. I look at it, you're going to play Brentford, and I think you're going to struggle against them as well, because it just doesn't seem to be working. I would love it to, because I think you've got so much firepower up that front. Like your front three, if that clicks, that you're going to be putting goals in left, right, and centre. Because we know that Salah can score goals. We know what type of player Salah is. We know what Isaac can do. But is Isaac a centre forward? Is he a winger? Does Hugo need to play more? Does Verts need to play in that position? I could go on and on and on about it, but I think Slot's in a little bit of trouble. I really do. I think that he needs to really rethink. And he needs to make the formation and play that formation. Don't keep switching everyone around, because it's not working. It's just not working. McAllister, he doesn't look the same player this season. That's my thoughts, honestly. I know it's a lot, but shouldn't be losing against United. I'm sorry.
I agree.
Should not fucking lose against United. At
Anfield too. 60
seconds and they score.
Yeah, that's poor.
Yeah.
And then the second goal that they scored,
Harry Maguire.
Where's the alertness? It got a rebound, and Bruno Fernandes just dinked it over the top, and everyone went to sleep.
2 players went to the guy at the front post, and it went over the guy at the front post. 2 players went to mark one guy. What is happening there?
Yeah,
that is unbelievable.
I'm sorry. I know you're frustrated because you look at Liverpool and you go, "Fuck, they got a good team," but I just think the transfers were wrong. I
think the defense is. I think the defense is standing out. There's been an issue for longer than this season, but I think it's standing out because the rest of the team isn't clicking.
How long is it going to take though?
It's been longer than this. The defense has been a problem longer than this. You know what I mean? Canate or Van Dijk go down. The replacement is Gomez. That's it. There's no one. There's no one else. 2 of them get injured. I don't ever want to know who we're putting on the pitch. You're probably playing Gravenberch at centre back.
Yeah, I was about to say that. It's probably your best bet.
Which is crazy to think. Well, like, you spend all this money, how the hell did we not buy a centre back? I got no idea. Which bewilders me that we go and spend all that money on Isak when we already had Ikatike, and we could have got Gihi from Palace if you spent enough money. Which bewilders me, bro. Because I'm telling you, our attack guys in the team right now, we're not even in this position we're in. Well, I say that, but I don't think we concede that goal that we just conceded against Harry Maguire.
I'll agree with that. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Let me ask you this, Nish. I've got this question that I've wanted to ask you specifically, right? If Liverpool finish 3rd or lower, does Arne Slot get the sack? In your opinion, not will it happen? Do you think he should get the sack? 3rd or lower, no titles.
Depends.
Knocked out in both cups and Champions League, nothing.
I don't think so.
Depends how the season goes. I think if they keep going the way they're going and they're like slowly dropping and then it starts coming back towards the end of the season, I think no, they probably keep him. If it still keeps going in this trajectory and we don't see it start coming back the other way, I think he very well could, yeah. Depends. So you can have a manager sort of come in and it goes, oh yeah, like drops, and you sort of see it, oh maybe not, and then it starts coming back towards the end of the season, and then you go, okay, well they needed time to adjust and this and that. But if it starts going like this, and it's still going like this towards the end of the season, I think the question gets asked, and it goes, oh, is he the right man? Because we're not seeing any improvement. Like, we need to make a change now before the next season still keeps going like this. Because it's a cliff you can fall. Look at United. It's a cliff you can fall off, and when you fall off it, it's very hard to come back. You got to keep getting that Champions League football. You got to be keeping on. Otherwise, you can't stay with the big boys.
Do you feel at the moment that we saw this last season? Do you believe that Liverpool not going to get left behind? I don't want to say it like that, but do you believe if you lose another game, then the 2 teams above you at the moment could pull away very quickly? Because that's the problem that I hear a lot of the pundits talk about. You start getting to that 6-9 points, it starts to become quite difficult to catch them. Do you feel that Liverpool could be in that situation at the moment, or getting close to it?
I'll look at,
especially with Brentford up next.
Brentford away, tough one. But see, Arsenal got Palace, City got Villa away. Like, very easily, Villa can nick it at home against City, and very easily Palace could nick it against Arsenal, and Liverpool beat Brentford, and we're all back to square one. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Well, we said that
I think it's more like you look at that this week, and I look at, out of those 3 games, I'd probably back Liverpool to win the most out of those 3 games.
The way I say it, well, I think we'll beat Palace. I don't think. Yeah, no offense, Cass. I don't think they have. I think they have strengths, but I think Arsenal have a lot more firepower, and can really, really hurt them. I think other teams at the moment, you be playing the big 6. I think that's the question. You got to get those results. We beat United at the beginning. We lost against you, and this the whole thing. It's turned because everyone was talking about Liverpool pulling away, and then all of a sudden you then got that. You lost against Palace, and that switched. Then Arsenal won, and then you lost again, and that switched again. And we thought, I honestly thought Liverpool would beat Chelsea, 100%. But you lost that game. And then Arsenal then went and won a game. City then won a game. Chelsea have then gone and win. And now you're coming down again. I know what you're saying, but I'm just thinking the way Liverpool is at the moment, because you got Frankfurt today in the Champions League, and I'm pretty confident that Liverpool will win that game. I don't think you'll lose that game. Then you got Brentford, but Brentford are, back into the Premier League. You need to get that. You need to bounce back from that L. You can't go again and get another L. And the way, I don't know if everyone's confidence is down, and Brentford are up sky high. If you lose that game, do you then start to think, oh God, now we're going to have to be chasing points? Because if Arsenal win, you're then 6 points behind them. Well, no, you're not. You're 7. Sorry.
I'm looking ahead at the fixtures right now, and I've got marked in here Arsenal Tottenham on that November 24. Now up to there, Liverpool and Man City have some tough games. Like they play each other. Man City's got to play Newcastle. Liverpool's got some tricky ones in there, like not straightforward. And I see that as like Arsenal's got a bit of an easier run through there. I believe, there's some tricky ones like Burnley away, and obviously this next one against Palace is a tricky one, but not as tricky as what City and Liverpool have got. And we could come to this game and go Arsenal Tottenham. That's probably their biggest challenge up to then. And if they win that game, we're probably looking at a situation where, with the games Liverpool and City have, Arsenal could be 7-8 points in front. Like we're looking at something like, and that's of City. Who knows where Liverpool will be? Like, that Liverpool Man City game is a massive game too, just for those two teams. So I think by end of November we could be looking at Arsenal pretty clear on the top of the table, I think. And unless they slip up, and without Liverpool and City really knuckling down and getting their results, we could see a pretty big lead to Arsenal leading into Christmas.
Do you see that, honestly, at the
moment?
The
way I look
at
at
things are going?
That's how I analyse it, yeah.
Do you see Liverpool bouncing back, though? Do you see Liverpool bouncing back against Brentford?
They have to. It's not if. It's not a if. They have to. They can't afford not to. They have to.
Okay.
Otherwise, like you say, they're going to fall too far. But like even the Aston Villa one after this, that's a tough game, man. That's tough. We got a couple of tough games, and then City, it's not getting easier for us. We really got to pull it together.
What about you, Cass? What do you think about what Nish is saying about Liverpool?
It's valid. It's correct. There's I am worried for Liverpool. I think I think dropping points this early can be detrimental to a season, especially for a title fight, right? Mm-hmm. Especially when you get into the thick of it. When you get to February, March.
Christmas is the time, apparently.
Christmas as well. Christmas is a grind. Going through all these Champions League games, Cup games. Got to do Premier League in between that. Players going on international duty. There's a lot of risk with injuries during that period of time. And then when you get to the business end, like, it's not easy. It's not easy. So they have to sort it out quick, very, very quickly. If they don't sort it out within the next few games, they are pretty much banking on Arsenal to drop the ball. And historically, that has happened, right? So it's not out of the question. I wouldn't be throwing the baby out with the bathwater just yet, right?
No, I'm not. No, I would. No, I'm not saying. But what Nishka is saying, tough games coming up. Arsenal have had the toughest run out of any club. They had Man United the first game of the season. Then they go and play bloody Man City. And then they go and play Liverpool. And really should have beaten Man City at home in the state that they were in. We drew. We lost against Liverpool. Fair enough. Worldy goal. But then since then, we've won every game. And the other teams around us have lost. Tottenham, was it 4 game, 3? Tottenham, 2 games. Chelsea, 2 games. Bournemouth, 1 game. Liverpool, 3. Man City, 2. Arsenal, 1. Man United, 3. Newcastle, 3. They're all the top clubs I'm looking at.
I will admit, 8 games played and to only concede 3 goals. That's quite.
And we have and we've got players to come back. That's for me what I'm seeing at the moment is quite scary. We've got Havertz to come back, Madueke to come back, Jesus to come back, and we're still scoring goals.
And Madueke was very good in the beginning of his Arsenal tenure. So I fully expect him to be taking games off Saka so he can get some rest. Champions League games, Cup games, Prem games. I fully expect for him to be well integrated into the team.
Well, anyway, I think we're still talking about it, and it's only 8 games in the season. All right, cool. Let's go to predictions, and then we'll start trying to wrap this up. We're not going to go through all the games, but Chaos, give us the numbers. Who's done the best?
Yes. So after heavy consideration and review, we after a quick little VAR check, I thought I was top, and I was about to start yapping, being like, "You guys got no idea predictions, this, that." Turns out I flipped the scores between me and Nish, and Nish has got top spot this week. So
Nish get?
That's Nish 2 weeks in a row, I believe.
Well done, Nish.
Nish got 9.
Oh, well done. Well done. 9 points. 9 points.
I had the best week that I've had so far. I got 8. So
you got 9 points.
Up the gas.
I got 3, I think.
I got you down for 5, SJ. I think you got a few. I think you got a few correct scores.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you give him pity points.
No, I did shit.
He got hit by a safety card. He got a pity point.
Your fucking team let me down.
Football podcast, by the way, fellas. Yeah, football podcast. So Nish got 9. I got 8. Next was Keeper and RJ on 6.
Oh, well done, guys.
SJ on 5. Shaz on 3. He had a stinker, I'll be honest.
Oh, my days.
Do you want to know what his picks was? Listen to
United.
this. So he got... He
probably picked Liverpool, the cut.
Yeah, he did.
Really want to go back and yeah.
He picked Fulham against Arsenal.
Everyone did. You did as well.
I picked draw. I picked draw.
Did you pick draw?
I picked draw, yeah.
I picked...
It almost was. I picked draw.
So what's the final scores?
So this week, after all said and done, SJ still on top spots. Yeah, there again.
How is he still on top?
On 38.
Pumped him 2 weeks in a row. How is he in front?
Because he had like a fucking absolute blinder of a week early on. He had 11 and 9 first 2 weeks.
Oh, you know what happened at the start of the season? We got no idea. And
don't
mixed
talk
results
shit.
and that. Mixed
Don't
results
talk
and that.
shit.
You know what happens. Strong come through late, you know.
Oh, thanks, SJ. He's now on 42 points.
No worries, mate.
SJ's on 42.
Yeah. Just give him another $20. There you go.
Oh, thanks, SJ. He's now on 56. Call me FIFA. Oh, shit. Not bad.
No, what am I on? 38.
So you're on 38, SJ?
Who's
Nish is on 35.
Yeah, let's go, Nish. That's better. Let's have a battle, you cunt.
Look at me a battle. It's gonna be like I've got the DRS wide open. I've got 100% battery, mate. I'm going straight past you.
just don't drive into the safety car, cunt.
Hey, he drove into me. It wasn't the other way around.
OJ. Who's third?
So third is Keeper on 27.
Okay.
I'm fourth on 25. Shaz is next on 22. RJ 16. Anthony 12. Suts on 10. I didn't get his for this week either.
Good. All right. Cool. Ready for 9?
SJ again. Can you fucking knock him off his pedestal or what, Nish? Come on.
Yeah, Matchweek 9. Are we ready? All right. Leeds and West Ham. Nish.
I'm up first, am I?
Yeah, you got someone.
Leeds 2-0.
Oof.
1-1.
Oof. 1-1? Hold on, I want to make sure I don't fuck this up this time. So I'm making sure. I'm double checking my work.
That's right, you're right.
Leeds and West Ham. Fuck, this is not a great game, but it's a big game for both teams, hey.
And you're looking at me, and you're probably like, I'm right. You're probably thinking,
I think you are right, but I'm going to say Leeds 2-0. Actually,
nah, West Ham will score, bro.
No, actually, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to say West Ham 2-0.
Nah, it'll either be 1-1 or 2-1. Jared Bowen will score.
I don't know.
All right, Chelsea and Sunderland.
I'm going to go 2-2.
Just gonna put this in. This is what Anthony just come in.
Army baby 3-0. We're winning Champions League. Alrighty, buddy. It's on.
We'll bring that up in a second. If you want to join, you're more than welcome to join because we are bringing that up in a second.
Lucky they don't play Champions League down at the Amex.
So what you say? Chelsea and Sunderland?
I said 2-2.
Okay. Nish?
2-0 Chelsea.
That's right.
I got 2-1. Chelsea.
Bertrand Traore to score 1.
Newcastle Fulham. Nish, Newcastle Fulham. Newcastle at home.
1-1 draw.
Sure. That's right.
I'll go 2-0. I don't think Fulham will score.
Yeah, I'm going 3-0. I don't think Fulham will score either.
Ooh, what game.
Brentford Liverpool.
Oh, you going that one?
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, my bad. No. Man United Brighton. My fault. I read the wrong one. Man United Brighton.
2-1 Brighton.
2-1 Brighton.
No. I'll take that back. Draw. 2-2.
Nish?
1-1.
Two-0 Brighton? At Old Trafford? Yeah, 2-0 Brighton. Brentford Liverpool. Nish?
3-1 Liverpool.
SJ?
3-2. Liverpool.
I'm gonna say
2-1 Brentford. I know.
literally what I was gonna say. I'm sorry, Nish.
Oh, fuck, really?
2-1 Brentford. I feel like Brentford's that team that you verse and you lose and shit is fucking dire. It's just dire. Like, you don't want to lose to Brentford. You think about anyway, I don't want to go into it. Let's not do it. Next up. Wolves Burnley. I'll start us off. 3-0 Burnley. That's Jake.
I was thinking of doing the first 0-0.
True, hey, there's been no 0-0s.
I'll go 1-0 Wolves.
Mish?
No, well, for the first time ever, how are both teams going to lose? I don't understand.
They got a draw, mate.
Oh, this is tough, man. Burnley. No, I'm going 1-1. I'm going 1-1.
I like that. I'm a fan of that. Arsenal Palace. Start with you, Nish.
2-2.
Nah.
Yeah, 2-2.
Go on, Cass.
Fuck it. 3-0 Palace.
I'd love that. I hope you get 3 points for that. I'll give you 3 points if take.
Go on, SJ, what you got?
I just don't think you'll score. I just think the defense is too strong. And I'm going to go 2-0.
The Palace? Yeah, right.
No to Arsenal.
So
It's a home break.
I should have gone 0-0 because you think they won't score. He
I
thinks
don't think we
won't
will.
score.
No,
I should have gone. Maybe
you
that was the
No,
first.
I don't think
0-0.
we'll score either. This is just pure fucking
3-0 against Saliba and Gabriel at the moment. We've only conceded 3 goals all season.
Mateta had a XG of 5.
Yishka, mate.
XG of 5, mate.
Yishka, mate. We in fucking Liverpool.
Who's the hardest striker you've versed? Ekatike so far?
Mateta. Well, they had that go down.
No. I'm saying, like, who's the hardest striker you guys have come up against? SJ?
Haaland.
Ekatike? Haaland?
Yeah.
How many did he score? I'm going to change my score to 1. I'm going to change my score to 1. I think it's 1-0. 1-0.
Yeah. You go chase it to Palace 1-0.
I don't see us hard news down, I'll be honest. Nah. But, little.
I'll go 2-0. I'll go 2-0.
No,
2-0.
Let's move on. Aston Villa City. We'll go back to SJ.
I'm going to go draw
1-1. Nish?
Villa 2-1.
And he said last time that someone scored 3 goals against Arsenal was Luton.
So the bar's not that high, is all I'm saying, SJ.
Well, they're in League One.
Aston Villa City. Fuck, this is a tough game to call because Aston Villa are back up. Nah, but City will still win. This will be 2-1 to City. Bournemouth and Forest. I'll start us off. I'm going to say 4-0 to Bournemouth. SJ?
Well, if I'm hearing right, Sean Dyche, I think, is looking to be the next manager, eh?
He has been appointed, that's correct.
So I'm going to go 2-1 Forest. I think he'll win on his first game in charge.
Nish?
It's funny. I'm nearly thinking the same lines as SJ. They're having an absolute shambles. Club's in shambles. So they're going to win 3-1 against Bournemouth. There's no logic to it, Cass.
That's what analytics are we looking at here?
No analytics to that. It's just
like 3-0 against
it's just what happens.
Arsenal,
It's just what happens.
Like, did you guys change your phone to fucking like Chinese mode and reread the fucking information wrong?
I'm still waiting for the rumours to come through for Vinicius Jr.
You'll be waiting for a fucking while, Jay.
He's going to Perth Glory. Perth Glory are going to get bought out by Cristiano Ronaldo, and the Vinny Jr. is going to go there.
And Ronaldo's going to buy Messi, and they're going to have a 10-game contract where they play together at Perth Glory.
And at Optus Stadium, they're going to have Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi painted on the side of the building.
And Optus Stadium is going to get renamed to Cristiano's fragrance brand.
And Maradona's going to come back from the dead.
Yeah, and they're going to pay that much money that AFL is going to get moved away from there. And they're going to have to play somewhere else.
Come on, Nish. We're supposed to make it believable, yeah?
No, I do. I think Sean Dyche will get a result.
That'd
Tough.
be crazy.
Tough.
That'd be wild.
It's the Premier League, mate. Anything can fucking happen.
All right, Everton, Tottenham. Nish?
Tottenham 3-0 and a Richarlison hat-trick. Even though I hate the bloke.
Could have made that fucking believable.
Well, that's what he'd do. Yeah, he would do that. He'd score and he'd carry on like a goose.
It's a pigeon, mate. Come on.
Well, pigeon, goose, whatever he is.
I'm saying 2-0 Everton. SJ?
Well, Grealish is back. Why was he not playing against Man City?
He's not allowed to. He's on loan.
Oh, fuck. He'll be back against this game. They just can't. Beto is just not clinical, and I think Colin Moani is going to be playing now. 1-1.
All right, fellas. We'll see how that goes.
All right.
The other boys need to give me their damn tips this week, hopefully.
Yep. I will fire them in. All right. Well, we'll recap the last thing. As we do know, Champions League was back today. And we'll talk about the English Cups first, actually. And we'll talk about some of the others. We won't go too much in detail on this, but Let's talk about Newcastle. 3-0 against Benfica. What a result. Thoughts of that? Yeah, Nishka, 3-0. Fuck,
Yeah,
that's a
good result.
phenomenal result.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of these games. I was going to watch them when I went home for the thing over. That's all right. We can have a chat about them. I'll pull up the results. Sorry, boys. I'm not that.
No, you're good. Yeah. Harvey Barnes, 2 goals, and Anthony Gordon, 1 goal. 18 shots, 10 on target against Benfica, which is obviously, just to let you know, is Jose. Yeah. Thoughts of that? Like, that's a great result for Newcastle against Benfica in the Champions League.
Yeah. No, I think that's good. I probably expect Newcastle to win that at home, though, to be fair.
Right, you, Cass?
Yeah, it's not a bad result. I'm just looking at the lineups to see who they started. Looks like they had, I haven't heard of this guy. Who's this? Thial? They had it centre back for Newcastle.
Matty Atier is from AC Milan. They signed him. Yeah.
But this Benfica team isn't bad. I just saw Otamendi's in here as well. It's not terrible.
You guys,
I'm pretty sure they've got
years
some.
old.
Hey, still got it. And I'm pretty sure they had some decent players on the bench, didn't they? In this team. Yeah, I apologize. I just don't know too much about Benfica.
No, good.
But yeah, must be a good result for them. I mean, Voltamata playing fantastic. Who else scored for them? Did you say Harvey Barnes got a goal for them?
Harvey Barnes got 2. And Anthony Gordon got 1. And Nick Pope, apparently, as Anthony's saying into Com United Commission in the chat, is saying Nick Pope got an assist.
Might have to watch that game back. Nick Pope has more assists. Jesus Christ.
God, no. Nish, we'll bring this up for you. Here you go.
Haha. Oh, funny, man.
Right, we'll go to the next English club. Man City, 2-0 win against Villarreal. And Erling Haaland, yet again. Man City pretty dominant here. 11 shots to 7, 63% to 37. Yeah, Man City don't look like they're going to be getting eliminated from the Champions League or getting to those elimination zones. So pretty good result for Man City away from home.
Yeah, not bad at all. I see Nicolas Pepe is on this team for Villarreal.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
I was wondering what happened to that bloke, but to see him performing decently well at Villarreal and find his feet is always a good thing to see. Looking at this City side, it's pretty strong. Like they're like maybe the only questionable thing is that they put Rico Lewis in midfield with Bernardo Silva. So having like 2 sort of players that want to kind of operate in those wing/half spaces, and then they're having 1 real midfielder in Nico Gonzalez. Maybe it was a bit questionable, but look, they got the job done, so it can't be too critical. John Stones is in the lineup here as well, so that's not bad as well. I do need to go and watch these games. So, and Thomas Partey's actually on this Villarreal team. Damn, a lot of Arsenal rejects, you could say.
Yeah,
that are floating around.
And the last game of the English teams until Chelsea play tomorrow, they play Ajax. Monaco play Tottenham. Liverpool play Eintracht Frankfurt. Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, 4-0.
Wow.
Yeah, I was quite shocked about this. And a set piece goal for Gabriel, free kick from Declan Rice. Martinelli, nice caress finish, bottom right hand corner against the post. And Grokerez got a brace. Mishka, thoughts on Arsenal's result?
Yeah, Atletico fell asleep for 15 minutes. Nah, the Arsenal were good. But
he's not going to say that much. Not going to hear that from him.
No.
I heard that Arsenal were just ruthless. I looked at the stats and 17 shots, 8 on target, and they just dominated the game. And 4-0 against Atletico Madrid, which let's talk about. They're no slouches. They played Liverpool a couple of weeks back, and it was a great game of football, I've got to admit. I don't know if you saw the game, Nish. 3-2 in the end. You won. Just fantastic. What about thoughts of that, Cass?
Yeah, I think Atletico are a fantastic team, right? Julian Alvarez is probably one of the most informed attackers, in my opinion, right now. He's
hit the bar.
Fantastic player, though. I'm just looking to see if there was any shifts in sort of changes in tactically, if there's Arteta brought on some different players in the half, but there wasn't really much that changed in terms of tactics or substitutions.
Milo Skelly.
I was going to say that I did see that Atletico made 3 changes just before the barrage of goals. So they took off Koke, Nicolas Gonzalez, I think his name is, and Jimenez. And then they conceded 3 goals off the jump straight after that. So maybe it could have been something about that. They could have made the difference there. But yeah, look, it's a phenomenal result for Arsenal. I think Atletico Madrid should be at least the top 8 team, in my opinion, if not round of 16. But yeah, I think
just beat Real Madrid last week.
Yeah, they're a phenomenal side. So I think this is definitely a scratch your eyes kind of moment. 4-0. Yeah, sure, it's at the Emirates, but still a great result for Arsenal.
Well, they beat Real Madrid last week 5-2. So, they're no slouches, but no, my Lewis Skelly apparently was awesome. He was so good, and he hasn't been playing much lately. But Diego, obviously, Anthony's saying Diego Sermi should be sacked after that. It has gone stale there. It's been there a while. They've been struggling in La Liga, but picked up form. Well, things change. You play to a different club and things change very quickly. One thing I do want to talk about is some of the score lines in the Champions League. Barcelona beating Olympiacos 6-1. Look at this result. PSV beating Napoli 6-2. That was... Where the hell did that come from? We're talking about, Rasmus Højlund on form at the moment with Kevin De Bruyne. Nowhere to be seen in this game.
Looks like he didn't start, honestly, so it looked like he didn't really contribute in this game. He must be injured.
Well, he went down to 10 men as well.
Yeah, it looks like they're... Is that their Who is this? Luca. Is this their attacker that they had playing? Lorenzo Luca, yeah. It looks like he's the attacker that they had. Was the red card early on? I'm going to quickly scroll through. But yeah, big result for PSV. They've always been kind of kicking around in the Champions League as that second, third team from the Eredivisie. So big result for them. I think this can be really, really important points to get on board and hopefully get through to that next stage. I think I have no doubts they'll make it through. But very, very big result to help them in their quest into getting into the next round.
Definitely. And also Barcelona as well. I want to talk a little bit about them. Obviously 6-1 against Olympiacos. Rashford again, 2 goals for him. Ferran Torres a hat-trick, and Lamal won 6-1. Barcelona look very strong in this year's Champions League.
Yeah, just to confirm as well, it does look like the red card came well long after the game was already over. I think it was 4-1 at that point when the red card was shown. So didn't really impact the outcome of the game too much. But yeah, I think it's unfortunate to have your star man that you've bought in from summer to not be available for a game like this because not to say that Haaland could have made the difference. They still scored 2 goals. So I think defensively they just weren't switched on, obviously. To concede 6 goals is... I think the only memorable person I see in this team is Ivan Perisic, he's a good player, phenomenal, but nowhere near the the caliber that he was before he got that move to Spurs. I forget where he was beforehand, but he was always a fantastic player for Croatia.
PSV. PSV.
No, as in like before he went to Spurs.
Perisic was at Inter.
Inter Milan.
Thank you. I knew it was a big club, just couldn't remember it.
Well, the next big club, probably the highlight of the whole night, was PSG 7-2 against Leverkusen. Nishka. Wow.
Yeah.
The champions.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know what else to say about this. This game just opened up after both teams had a red card in the 30-something minute. So, yeah, the floodgates kind of just opened after that. The pitch would have been a lot more open with 2 less players on it.
Mm.
So, yeah, I don't know how much you look into it. It looks like, yeah, PSG look good though. Again,
Definitely.
so
Definitely.
yeah, I don't know if there would have been that many goals if there wasn't the 2 sending offs, but still, that's a massive result. 7-2. What's happened to Leverkusen? But they've dropped off a cliff, man.
No manager, got rid of all the good players, just in a world of problems. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But some real high scoring games. Barcelona Olympiacos 6-1, PSV 6-2, 4-0, Arsenal Atletico Madrid, and then obviously 7-2 PSG. We'll talk a little bit about the other ones tomorrow, and then we'll wrap it up. Chelsea and Ajax tomorrow. Thoughts on that? Do we think Chelsea will get the job done there?
They should do.
Danger game, I reckon.
Oh, you think Ajax will cause them problems?
Well, I think they could, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Big game tomorrow. Real Madrid and Juventus. Not the same Juventus we've seen over the years, though. So,
to Real Madrid get that done at home, I think.
Yep. Cool. What about this one, Cass? Monaco and Spurs. Drew against Man City last time. So, I think Spurs have got it in them to get a result after the Premier League?
Yeah, for sure they do. Monaco have got some good players, so I don't think they're any slouches. I think there's a few star players. I mean, of course, you look at Paul Pogba and Ansu Fati as the 2 standout players that everyone knows. But I think even Eric Dyer is someone that has been kicking about in some higher tier teams and could make a difference. And Minamino is not a bad player either, so I think they could definitely cause Spurs some problems. So
yep,
just need to make sure that they don't skip steps and can get it done.
Yep. And the last one up for you, Nish, going away at Frankfurt.
Should get the job done, but no, it's always tricky when you go away Champions League. But you don't know. They should get the job done, I think. Hopefully.
They got absolutely pummeled by Atletico Madrid, so they'll definitely want to bounce back. Does that give you a little bit of wary for problems and also your last result? Need to bounce back. You've got to bounce back.
You've got to bounce back. But like we're saying, you go to Galatasaray, hard team as well. We went there, we lost, didn't get the result. So it's the same. Anytime you go away from home in Europe, it's tough. It's not easy. So yeah, hopefully we can get the job done.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, on that note, we're about to wrap it up, but we'll just give a bit of a gauge. What's going to be the showdown game or the watch along from next week? What are we looking at? Got some big games.
I'm looking at United Brighton or Everton Tottenham. Aston Villa City as well.
What are we thinking, Nish? What time works for you? These are all fucking late for me.
They are horrible times, man. A lot of these ones.
You can't do Arsenal and Palace, can you?
No, those Sunday night games are shocking.
Nah, that's a slam dunk game. What do you mean, SJ?
That's Monday. Can you do it?
Yeah, I reckon you just do that one. I won't be in on that
Can
one.
you do that, Kaz?
I'm going home this weekend.
No, you can't. Nish, which one can we do? Brentford and Liverpool.
I don't know if Anthony might want to jump in. We could do a Newcastle Fulham on Saturday night. That's a possible one.
Yeah, let's ask him. I'll ask him quickly.
Liverpool are on at a shocking time. They're on at 3 a.m. for me Sunday morning. That is horrible. I'll be up watching it, but I don't know if I'll be wanting to do a watch along.
I was going to say there's that 6. There's a few 6 a.m. ones.
It's 4 a.m. for him.
It's 3 a.m. because of daylight savings.
I'll do the Brentford and Liverpool one. No worries. That's 8 a.m. for me.
That's 3 a.m. for me.
That's what I mean. We may not do a
watch along at 3 a.m.
Yeah, you should have an early night, mate.
Why is there no early kickoffs this week? Why is it all fucking morning?
Wait, what time is it for you now, Nish?
Huh?
What time is it for you now?
10 o'clock.
Yeah, right.
Why is that? 5:30. That's what? That's 2:30 your time.
That's 12:30 my time. That's 3:30 their time.
12:30 for you.
Yeah, Man United Brighton is 12:30.
And that's day to go to work as well. So.
No, it's not. Not that one. Sunday night. That's Monday night. Sunday morning for me. That's Saturday night. Man United Brighton. That's after the Newcastle Fulham game.
We could do Man United and Brighton. That could work. Or we don't do any.
Yeah.
And we just do Goal Rush.
You're asking a lot of me to get through all those first 2 games to get to that game.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I suggested Newcastle Fulham because it's the first game.
All right, we'll
Saturday
see.
Night.
We'll
it's either that or Chelsea Sunderland, which I don't know. I think Newcastle Fulham would be more exciting, I reckon.
Yeah,
I reckon Chelsea Sunderland is more exciting in my opinion. I think Sunderland might have a run at them. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I reckon Chelsea's going to wipe the floor with them, to be honest.
I hope not.
I think I was being generous saying 2-0.
Oh, well, we'll work it out. We'll work it out on watch along. But on that note,
I could change it to 4 quite easily.
You want me to? I'll change it to 4.
I think it'll be 2, but
we'll wrap it up there, gentlemen. We'll just go through the Premier League table as it stands at the moment. Obviously, Arsenal at the top, 19 points. Man City behind in P2 with 16. Liverpool on 15. Bournemouth on the same amount of points in 15th as well. So joint third. Then we've got Chelsea 5th on 14. Tottenham in 6th on 14 points as well. Just difference by... Actually, they are on the same points as Spurs. So Chelsea are 5th and so are Spurs with 14 each. Sunderland on 14 as well, but off goal difference. So they go to 7th. Crystal Palace on 8th with 13, same as Man United, but they go above them on goal difference. Man United in 9th with 13, Brighton on 12 and 10th, Aston Villa on 12th as well. 1 extra goal for Brighton that pushes them up to 10th. Villa on 11, in 11th, Everton in 12th, Brentford in 13th, Newcastle 14th, Fulham 15th, Leeds 16th, Burnley 17th, and your 3 relegation battle is Forest, West Ham, and Wolves. A little bit of few stats on leaders and stats at the moment. Holland is leading the goals with 11 goals. Antonio Simeone in second with 6, and Igo Thiago joint third with Mateta with 5 goals. Assists this season, Jack Grealish, 4 goals for him at the top. Joint at the top with him is Mohamed Kudus with 4 goals. And Antonio Semio is joint third with Daniel Munoz and El Macjoff, Granit Xhaka, Jeremy Doku, and João Pedro, all with 3. Obviously, yellow cards, 5 for Kieran Shrewsbury Hall, red cards, Anthony Gordon with 1. And that is all your stats at the moment. Thank you very much, gentlemen, as always, for Off the Post. And yes, we will be back same time next week with a recap and preview of round number 9. So, get ready for it. Kals, as always, thank you very much to keeping up to date with the predictions. And Nishka, don't get upset this weekend, mate. Well, he's not very happy, is he? At all. He's not very happy.
He's not biting either.
He's
That's
not
another
biting.
thing.
That's good.
He's not.
Good.
Usually
strong, mate.
Usually he nibbles, just
Yeah, he'll nibble at me.
biting.
He nibbles at me in F1 all the fucking time.
Yeah,
Don't do any practice. Don't do this. Don't do that. And when he go to football, he just doesn't say anything.
Guy's on mute. He's a microphone.
He is on mute.
Oh, that's not working. Oh,
Yeah.
shit, didn't realise.
Guys, remember, if you are always wanting to jump on to the podcast, then feel free to get on board. It would be great to talk to new fans across the world or wherever you are in the world. If you're a keeper, you just don't show up. So if you're Shaz, then hopefully we can get him back in on some early ones, as that does make it a bit difficult. But thank you as always for being on Off the Post. Ciao and have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.